Hey guys, what is up? Soda Giant in the flesh, or as you could call me at this point of this painting video, Bob Giant. You know, like Bob Ross and Soda Giant mixed together make Bob Giant? Or Soda Ross? Hey, either way is good. And today I'm going to be painting the final ancient cookie, Dark Cacao Cookie. As you could tell by his armor right here, that, my friend, is going to be a challenge. Anywho, let's get started. Now, let's get started on with this sword. Now, we always start off with the soul gem at first. Just make a little line right here. Then we're going to start like right here and go back downwards the opposite way down until we come to this point like right here. Alright. And then we go slightly upwards like this. And then we end it off to like this line right here. So you should have something that should look like this. The soul gem. You should have something that should look like this. And now we work on the details of the soul gem. So like, yeah, do a line downwards towards the middle. Like this. But you slightly do it downwards, slightly line, going slightly downwards, and then do the same thing but the opposite way upwards. And now we add some extra lines right here to show definition and shading. Alright. So in conclusion, you should have a soul gem that should look like this. Now let's get working on his sword. So we mostly do the outlines of the soul gem. Right here. Until we come to a point like right here. But then we do a straight line to the right until we stop like right here. And go upwards a little bit. Upwards. Like this. And then downwards. And downwards. So we stop like right here. And then we do a longer diagonal line. Like right here. And before we get up to this point like right here, we could do this line to like right here on the bottom part of the handle. Right here. And then we close it off to like right here. Alright. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do oh, sorry about the starring, guys. I need to get this checked out for some reason. Then what we're going to do is that we're going to do a downward diagonal line to the left. Until we stop like right here. Then we're going to do the same thing upwards. Upwards, yeah. And then we're basically going to do the same thing as we did like right here, but on the other side. Yeah, then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, looking so far so good. Alright, so you should have something that should look like this, right here. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do the outer outline of this whole entire shape. For like a few centimeters away. go downward. Upwards. Alrighty. Now, you might make a few mistakes while you do this. But like Bob Ross always says, there's no such thing as mistakes. We just have happy accidents. Yep, I give a shout out to Bob Ross. Yep, the link to his channel is in the description. So go subscribe to Bob Ross. Alrighty. So your handle should look like this. So now we're gonna do the blade of the sword. Oh yeah. It's much like dark choco cookie sword, but it's more enhanced. So first thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna make a line straight down until we stop like right here. Do the same thing on the other side. And then we're gonna make a point going, a diagonal line going outward and then back in. Do the same thing on the other end. Until we come up to this point like here. And then we're gonna continue on straight down. Stop right here. And then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do horizontal lines on each side, for each side of his sword. And then do some diagonal lines until the lines meet. Like this. If you like, you can pause this if necessary. Alright, we're gonna erase these right here. Also erase this little bit right here. And come to think of it, this end right here looks a little bit big. There we go. That's a little better. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do the outline like we did to the handle. Right here. So we're going to start like right here. Like I said, we're going to go straight down. So we start like right here. Make a little diagonal line to show the definition. Okay. Yeah, you could just do the exact outline of this. The arrow part. This technically looks like an arrow, but with spikes on the sides. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. So you should have something that should look like this. Oh, alright. Pause this is necessary, if you like. And then now what we're going to do is that we're going to do the stars that are on his sword. Do a curved line all the way around. And then we're going to do another star. So, as you can see, we've basically done his whole sword. And you can make the stars a little bit bigger and space them out farther if you like. But for me, it's highly recommended that you do so. Alright. Right here. Okay, dokie. As you can see, we've basically done the whole sword, whole blade of the sword, right here. So now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do the handle of the sword. Yeah, and this is where Dark Cacao Cookie's hand will be, the left hand. So we're gonna make a slightly downward diagonal line right here. And then we're going to make a little curve all the way around. So it looks like a D. Like a letter D shaped. Then we're going to do a little line right here. And do it more straight up like this. Until we stop over here. And then we're going to do the very top of that handle. Very end of the handle. So, diagonal line. Do it upward. Right here, and then downward, and then meet up with these two lines, and also do a slight line right here to show the shading. So that's gonna have to do it for the whole sword. Yep, you basically just completed the whole sword right here. So now what we're gonna do his part of his armor. He has two sideways square shapes right on each arm, right each side of him. So we're gonna make a little square like right here. And then we're gonna do a little diagonal line right here. Right here. And then do another line, so like right around, let's just say, around here somewhere. And then another diagonal line to like down here, right here. And this is going to be where another part of his armor would be. I'm thinking of working on that. Do a little line right here. And then just basically do a diagonal line till the two lines meet. Alright, and now we're going to do more of the squares. So, it's basically like a jam sandwich. So we're going to basically do an outline of the square. And then we're going to do a slightly diagonal line downward, like this. And then we got to stop right here. And that's where his slight detail of hair comes in. Here. And as you can see, it goes straight downwards and makes a slight curve down to the blade. Here. Yeah, like right here. And then do another outline of another part of his armor. I forgot to mention that. And then we're going to do the other side of the outline of his hair. So, make a slight curve. And then go straight upwards. I think a little bit of tweaking might come in handy. Yeah, I think a little bit of tweaking is required. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So again, there are no happy accidents. Oh, I mean, there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. We just have happy accidents. Oh, sorry about the common mistake. Or happy accident. Now for the trace of hair that is white. Yeah, this is the line where the hair gets all white and stuff. Black hair with a trace of white. He's based on like a true warrior. This is an ancient warrior or something? I don't know. Hey, who? Let's get back to this part of the armor. So you basically have to do another outline of the square piece. And then you do a diagonal line straight down. And then you stop like right here. Right here. Right here. And then what you're going to do is that we're going to do another part of his hair that is curved. But first, we got to do part of his crown. His crown. So you start like right here. And then you go slightly diagonal upward. Like right here. Until you stop like right here. And then you go downwards. And then you're going to stop right here at this point. To make way for another part of his crown. The spikes. Yep. Yeah, see those little points just up there? Yeah, that's what part of his crown represents. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to do part of his brim of the crown. So make kind of like a little point shaped. And then do a little curve. Like around, like there. And then finish that spike off by just going downward. Oh yeah, looking so far so good. And then we'll do the very center part of his crown. Or tiara. It's highly recommended that it is a crown. Okay, so it really doesn't matter if this point goes kind of off course. But it's kind of like a little happy accident. It's not much, but that'll do. Alright, erase off this mess up here. Alright. And then this spike is really different from the others. You see, it has a really centerpiece. It has a centerpiece right here. So we're gonna make that next. And then we do the same thing like we did to the soul gem. To the soul gem right here. From the definition and stuff. Right, yeah, like right here. Like these little lines right here. Alright. So now we're going to do part of his hair that's curved. And then we're going to do a slight curve, a trace of white. On the trace of white. Till we stop like right here. Yeah, we're working on detail of the hair a little bit. Right here. Alright. And then, once again, after you get done drawing dark cacao cookie, you can do a little bit of tweaking before you paint. Alright. Now we're going to do this same part right here, but it's on the other side. Alright, it kind of looks exactly the same. And now we're going to do the same, and now we're going to do part of his hair that's exposed around the crown. And now we should do the rest of the crown. Now it should be easy peasy. Now it kind of really doesn't matter if the spikes on the crown are kind of dull. But it's highly recommended that you make them as spiky as possible. Okay. Kind of looking so far so good. And now we could do the final spike on the crown. It's kind of like a mirrored way as follows. Alright. Now the spikes may look kind of thick. Now we should fix that in a jiffy, shall we? Alright. And that's where the other square right here comes in. It's not blocked by the sword. Alright. But before we do that, let's do the other streak of hair. That goes straight down. until we stop like right here. And then we're going to work on this later. But for now, we just stick to the other square. Part of his armor. Or cloak. So first we're going to make a diagonal line. Right here. And then we should do it with the opposite way. Downward. Now we do the outline of those two lines. But on the top, we make a little curve. Until we stop like right up there. Alright. It kind of looks like a little jam sandwich. And when you look at it one way. And now onto the actual front. So, you most likely gotta do the same thing, like up here. Then do a teeny tiny little curve. Then goes down, stops like right here. Huh. Oh. Alright. Looking so far so good. Now we gotta do the center right here. And it looks kind of like the soul gem right here. Exactly like it. But kind of less shiny. That's better. That's better. Now we can work on the center. Now we're going to make a tiny, slightly diagonal line right here. And then go down the middle. So you basically just done the same thing as it is over there. Well, actually, it kind of looks a little small. So make it slightly bigger. Alright, now that's more like it. Alright. Now before we get back to the hair, let's work on his cape a little bit. On this side. So we're going to do a diagonal line that goes downward to the left. Start over here, go downward, and then we make a little curve, and go to the right, and stop right here, and then do the same thing right here, and then you do the exact same thing as the other part, until you stop like right here. And then you can make a little point right here. So the left part of the cape is done. And now we can work on the hair some more. So go downward. And then you stop at this point, like right here. Right here. It's coming along too. So now we can work on part of his head. All right, make a little make a curve like right here. So now we can work on part of his chest armor. Get these eraser shavings off there. So first we're going to make a diagonal line that goes downward to the right. And then go upward. And then we basically have to do the same thing right here. But this time, the diagonal line goes slightly downward some more. And once again, a little line to show a little bit of definition. And then then make a little line right here somewhere. Like right here. Just go straight down. You know, his head's a little big though. Well, so just ignore that. Alright. Alright, that's a little bit better. Then we make the line till we stop like right here. And then do the diagonal line that goes downwards to the left right here until we stop like right here. And then do another straight line until it stops right here. And then do an upwards line to like right here. And now we get to work on the details of the armor. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And now we work on the outer brim of his armor. So we'll go like diagonal, like right here. So we stop like right here. And then draw a small line right here. And then go back to the very top. And then we stop right here. And then make another line to close it off. We're getting a lot done today, though, to say the least. So now we get to working on his feet. Well, actually, I did make a little bit of minor happy accidents, like right around here somewhere. I didn't make the sword long enough. The armor is kind of too big. And I don't know. We'll just make it slightly smaller. Well, you know, there is a big mistake or happy accident right around here and the cape. So, I'm gonna fix those mistakes right here. I'll be back once these mistakes are fixed. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I made the stomach a little bit smaller. But anywho, let's continue. So now we're going to be working on his other hand. So I'm going to make a little curve like right here. And then it's going to continue until it stops like right here. And then this is going to be part of his sleeve. Alright, so as you can see, we just finished his hands. So now we're going to be working on his feet. Yeah. So, first you do a line that goes downward, like left, downwards, downwards to the left, and then go to the right, downwards, then right upwards, and then right upwards till we to the very top of his armor. And then make the same shapes as the bottom for this part. Yeah, I know his feet may be kind of small. Now we're gonna work on his other foot. Again, sorry about the mistake about the armor. Or the happy accident of the armor. And then we're gonna do the same thing, but on the opposite side. Yes, so as you can see, we just about finished the feet. Right after I get done with this part right here. Okay, now we're done with the feet. So now to finish it off of the armor, we're going to do the rest of his cape. And then we're going to do part of his, more parts of his hair necessary. And then finally the face. So we start off the cape to like right around here. And then we're going to continue off. It's going to go off. Let's go downwards diagonally. And then a slight wave until we stop to like right here from this point right here. So then we're going to start from that point and go straight down. Okay. Start right here. And then go to the right and make a curve. And go slightly diagonal upwards. And then we're going to go off like this. And go to continue on to the right. And then we're going to go upwards diagonally to the left. And then we stop like right here. So we basically just finished his cape. Or cloak. To say the least. You can call it whatever you want. And now finally we're going to do his face. Starting off with the eyebrows. Yeah. As for the other eyebrow right here, it's kind of squinting. As you can see, it kind of squints a little. And they're kind of big. And now for his eyes. Yeah, his eyes are kind of squinting with justice and heroism. I don't know, to say the least. And then a little bit more detail of his bottom part of his eye to show some detail on there. And then once again, the details of his eyeballs. And then we're going to do some more details of the hair around his eye. Which is right behind the eye. And finally, his mouth. So as you can see, we just finished the entire dark cacao cookie. And then we can get on with the tweaking. So now comes to the part where we do some tweaking. Like the eyes, for example. Let me just fix all that. Alright. This side looks a little better. Alright. And done. Yeah, this looks a little better. What do you think? Leave a like if you agree. Now, we just finished the entire dark cacao cookie right here. Yeah, right here. So now let's get on with the painting time-lapse of him. Starting now.
Don't forget to like and subscribe! Thank you for your support!